Okay, what's up, Tiny Kid? I decided to take a look at this game. Finally got a chance to look. This is just, you put a bunch of replay codes in this thread. So this is just one of them. But yeah, I think at least from this game, it looks like you mainly play to kind of like not ever die. But the problem is you're just way, 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 way too passive. And so it's really like your team's playing a 4v5 like most of the time. So anyway, I'm going to start a timer for 20 minutes. I don't think this will take that long. I can sometimes run a little long with replay codes. But so we have like, Sigma, Mercy, Zen, Junkrat, Tracer. This is like not a bad comp for this. It's like a low healing, but that works with the Zen. Especially if you as Tracer, like your job needs to be to provide some pressure from a direction like other than Sig and other than Zen, right? They're gonna be like hucking spam down some of the junk. They're gonna be like hucking spam down main. And your job is to be on these flanks. Or like if the other team's walking forward, your job is to like come in from like that flank, let's say that one, come in from behind, drop on someone and stop them from walking forward like into your Sig. So setting up on this location on defense, like you don't do any damage at this range, really. If you're like an Ashe, let's say, or a soldier or something, this is a great spot to play. But as we'll see, like on defense, on Tracer, it's like you're not gonna get anything done from here, and you kind of do nothing for like I would say like the first 2 points of the game, more or less. Right, I'm doing nothing. Do almost no damage from this range. Still doing nothing. And like that's kind of fine. At this rank, people hold too far forward on this point, but the other team doesn't know how to break a forward hold. So you get a lot of these, like on your offense, you'll see like you guys get full held, and part of the reason is because none of you know how to just go around, right? The way that you break this kind of hold is you just go the fuck around them. So your job on Tracer is to stop them from doing that. So you want to be like maybe over here. I do play out there sometimes, and maybe I'll be where you are just to see what's going on. But I'm pretty quickly gonna move down like around here, maybe. A lot of the time I'll wait like sort of here and until I see some people walk by, and then I'll go in. Or if they're like held up in this kind of thing, even just being on this short flank, you do way, way more damage close range. This short flank, being over here, is pretty good. If they're really stymied, like in this location, it gives you access to go around. And you can be like really, really freaking annoying coming up around here and just juking them like through this kind of stuff that Mega works. Coming up from this short angle, right? I think there's another, is there a mini? Yeah, there's another Mega there. But that's only in like the specific case where you're really, really holding them close up. And in that case, it makes sense to play safe. Right now, though, we've done nothing. We're spectating this game. Even just being up here to play passively, like spamming shield, even if we just do that, because this access, if we see someone half or something like that, we can go for some sort of finish kill, and then use our recall to get back. But yeah, like imagine if you'd been set up over here. Look at these guys right now, right? Really free to just come back here, shoot this guy in the back. You can probably one clip them. Go back behind them even and just kill their pylon. Right? We're finally dropped in to decide to do something. We probably could have killed this She has Discord, right? And she just railgunned, which is like our biggest concern. We have full blinks, we have recall. We could just blink to her and try and one clip her here. Especially she's at half health. Not even a one clip, it's like half a clip. And recall out if we don't get it. Here, if you can even as simple as like held down the fire button, you should have gotten this kill. You're in the right place for it, is the thing. Because now you're actually like engaged in the fight, right? Cool. Oh, I'm watching this in fast motion too. So anyway, now we're here. This is kind of a better place to be. We can play this short sight line. Let's see what happens. Don't know why we're crouch walking here. The one thing is the Sojourn, you know, she knew that she fought you over here and she's just spamming in this direction, right? So that's maybe our clue to change up the look a little bit even. Again, even if we just play here, right? Here. Probably not here because of the Sojourn. Here maybe. It's very passive, but at least you can like do something and see something. And you have the option to go back to where you are or to like blink around. Play this sight line. You can always like retreat this way and then come back or come over the top, like if they're walking the point. And you see a couple of them go, we can draw it down and then cause some havoc in the back line. You see the tank bubble and walk forward, right? We want to be, you know, the rest of the team follows the tank, especially like in gold. They follow the tank like little ducklings, right? So if the tank's walking forward, you know these guys are going to be behind trying to walk in, right? And we're like, I guess looking for if someone's flanking this way. I'm not sure if you have a headset or whatever. You should be able to hear that if someone's coming over here. But if we'd been holding this and just waiting a sec, boom. We can come in like behind them. We could one clip this Iyari. We could force this Moira out or to fade in where she'll probably die. Yeah. We could kill the turret. You really don't shoot the turrets, which you're kind of the only guy who could get there. So like now we see everything happening in front of us. We should have gotten that kill. We haven't used recall in like almost 90 seconds, like in this entire game really. And you need to use that to like push for kills here. You really, really don't want them walking on your Sigma. So we just like haven't done anything and we're really late to try and do anything. I don't mind going back here and waiting to maybe get a touch. You always want to be like on the outside of them. So like I personally, like my read of this, watching you play, like what I want to do, I would be wanting to come around here because I know their team is going to be facing this way, right? Because Usaria went that way. My team's coming from that way. Everyone knows that. I'd be looking to set up here as close as I can and then maybe going for like a one clip on this Junkrat. Also, maybe the Junkrat said something or whatever to you. I'm not sure. You teabag him a lot in this game. If you come around this way, right, you're in their line of sight. That's kind of what I mean. And if these guys start running back, you're like right in the middle of it, right? So right decision, just like really, really slow to make this read. And again, you still haven't done like anything. Right? We could touch about now. A little sooner even. We could have gotten that one clip if we had started shooting them. We could just blink to them. Blink in. When you start shooting, that's when they turn around to look at you, right? So no reason to not get as close to them as possible so you can get your full damage off. Right, we're most of the way through our clip, and we haven't done that much damage. We've done like 100 damage. And also, if you blink to them and do the shot and you had to recall, your recall would have gone further back here. Right, because you had traveled more distance in less time. So, I don't mind you dying on point, although the other thing is just... Oh. Dude, I've been having some performance issues since the last patch. The other thing is just like when you're back here, we're pretty safe here, right? Nobody knows that we're here. And we can see our teammates' outlines. They're like really far away, right? They blew Transcendence. And they're like nowhere near the point. Yeah, but they're all alive. I mean, one thing is to Zen use Transcendence like here, and you can see him coming forward. Then you're like, okay, this stall's on. But you're here, you see them. There's just no way on earth we're gonna like actually hold this point. So even if you're like, even if you see an opportunity, yeah, maybe I can one clip the ERE in a second. One clip this Junkrat, something like that. You know you're probably not gonna be playing to like full hold here. You're playing to get your next fight. On this point, if you can take a fight as 5, like with the payload kind of here, this is actually quite a brutal choke. Especially as Tracer, you get like this stuff. You have this flank that's really strong. You can go back around this way, right? And the other thing you can do is play this short sight line and go around. I like to be like kind of here. I can shoot these guys from this angle, from these like stairs, right? I can blink up. I can get a high ground on them. And then I can go back around like to where you are. I can go down here. There's a mini. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good situation. So there's also sort of a macro thing of like, is this the best thing to do right now? I think you didn't need to die on point. And part of that is just like bad recall / blink management, bad aim, you know, etc. But there's like a decision-making thing too that's a problem. So first death, we didn't really do anything. Like regardless of kills, like you didn't really distract anyone, you didn't go in at a good time. And now because we're dead, we're like holding our blinks even though we're coming out of spawn. So we didn't put out any pressure, so they just like walked on our tank again and killed him. And ulted. Here, if you end up here, I might make the read of like, well, Tracer is really good at isolate someone, right? And these guys, they just killed their tank, and that happened like over there, right? You can see the deaths. So I might make the read, if this guy's alone, I might try to kill him. To do that, I would probably like blink down here and then blink out. Something to like shorten the line of sight so she can't just spam me. But I might try to kill her, kill the pylon, stall the cart, and then get out like around this way probably. Something to use my speed. Because just shooting from here and chilling here, like, would just, like, do nothing. We're just retreating. We're giving them all the space, right? You're in the right place in terms of, like, you don't want them on the high ground, but you're, like, so far back that you're not going to damage anything. You could out junk there. I don't mind waiting here for the cart to come around, since, like, you can see they position themselves sort of based on, it's like their tank and then a cart. So we're here, or we could come find us Moira, yep. Again, like, you don't really wait long enough to line up your shot. You could have blinked to go for it, you could have used recall. I'm still not sure, like, we used recall the one time and died this whole game. You really have to use it to, like, leverage your stuff. So that you get, like a 350 health point pool, right? You go for kills and then use the recall. One thing you could do here, like, let's look back at this engage. Oops. Okay, we know the Moira is gonna blink too, by the way. We know she's gonna fade. She fades away. We're really scared of her, maybe, of dying to her. Like, you can kill a Moira in a 1v1 if you have a... Oh, look at that face. If you have a recall. But one thing we could do is just, like, stand on cart. Since they seem to be just walking on our team, we could just stand on cart. Make them come back to peel. They can't do anything. Also, we know she faded, and we still have the recall, right? We could also, like, blink towards her and stick her and recall. It's just, like, way passive. Like, it might... Maybe it feels like your team is dying before you can do anything. But what's actually happening, I hope you're seeing, like, it's more like you're doing nothing and so your team is dying. Yeah. We're just, like, really passive. We're not pressuring anyone. We're not going for a kill and then using recall. We're, like, waiting for a team to carry us and then trying to clean up. And I'm sure there's games where, like, if your team's a little better, the matchup's a little better, like, you get tons of kills because you, like, kind of wait and you go for these, like, late engages. But in this game, like, their team is just taking a 5v4 towards the front while you're, like, sneaking around waiting to go in. Like, there's no reason to be this far back. And especially to try and shoot her at this range. She can one-shot you at this range if she has a charge rail. And she can kill you, like, pretty good. We needed to go we need to use our blinks and either be here for this, or we needed to be going through this stuff so that we're here on cart. We're able to do something about cart, even if it's just to stall it. We have blinks and we're still just way behind, right? It's like nothing. You're not going to generate pressure from this distance. Excuse me. You're not going to generate a kill. You're not going to do damage from this range. You're engaging in this way. Yeah. We want, like, the nice short sight lines where we do a lot of damage, right? Over here, we could come around through this way. Here we could one clip Moira, right? So, like, it was like our job to touch and stall point here, and we weren't near enough to do it. We didn't use our blinks really. Yeah. If we go back a little, or Ryan goes through it. Oh my god. It's usually not like this for me. I'm on PS5, but yeah, something about these last two patches mid performance like really suck. So I guess I can't rewind that much. Sorry about that. But right here, yeah. we were just really late to our contest. So we've given up this. They already have these spawns. Because we were like playing way the way back here. You're just like not in a fight, you know? That would have been a great opportunity. We could blink towards him and try and kill. Like, probably about the fourth person who's gotten away with you, 1 health. Not sure if it's like slow tracking, like your stick is a little slow, so you can't pick this guy up in air. But there's a couple times where it looks like you should be able to kill him, and we're just not able to keep on target long enough. We go back. I always think there should be a mini here, and there's not. I don't mind coming back here and waiting to heal. You're not going to be able to do that much in this open space. But we kind of like moved around when we didn't have to. And we're chased down, yeah. Quite honestly, an annoying thing you could have done, what I like to do on this, is maybe even just come up here. Where's the nearest mini? You could have Mega. I guess it's like back there or there. We could have just backed up to one of these things and then moved up as the cart was moving up. Because now the next fight we're going to take, we have a Ryan. He's going to want to hold the corner, right? So probably one of the cards here-ish. But yeah, in general, like your biggest problem is just like super low uptime. Like Zen almost has another trance. We've finally gotten her pulse bomb. We've had it for like the entire point. And pulse is something you should get like pretty quickly and use pretty quickly. Like it's like an ability. Like huck 'em. If you miss it, who cares? It's good, but it's not. It's not like it's like Transcendence or something or Tire. And now we're like cleared all the way out the sight line because we didn't really check on our team when we were going for this setup. We also probably could have. Oh, right, I forgot I'm not supposed to rewind. Oh my god. We also probably could have if we'd been like a little smarter with how we set up here. This Iari loves to just stand on a payload. Like we probably could have blinked towards her and stuck her and then recalled out. Even when the drunk's pressuring us, we could have blinked back like this way. And it would have been hard for him to chase and come around here. And that would give us the option to like wait and then come up here. Or like if we really need to rotate, we could come this long way around. But again, like the pattern with these things is like this room, great, you know. It's short sight lines, so you have a bit of cover, and then like multiple escape roads. Even going for here is not so bad. The problem is your boys are all like way back, so they hear you blink, it's really loud, and they don't have anything else to do, so they try to chase you and shoot you. And now we're out. Again, like, we could just blink. We end up walk around with full blinks, like a shitload. And we're just late to the setup. Sure, we stick this guy, but like, we've left and come back like multiple times, and this Ryan has been standing there in this like 5v4 with a Junkrat and a Zarya and an Iari and a Sojourn, and they're all doing damage, and they break his shield and kill him, right? The reason why is they're not like, you're not putting out any pressure. Like, sure, he's kind of dumb. Zen could have tranced, right? But like, you're not pulling your weight right now. Like, it's cool that you can spawn camp Junkrat. You're way too early for it. You know? Spawn camping's like a fine strategy. But right now we killed them. We need to kill this pylon. We need to be shooting someone in the back. We need to buy our team some time so they don't get the cart like all the way there. Yeah. Like we're just kind of letting our team get slaughtered while we wait to be toxic to this Junkrat, I guess. Here, like, if we see that she's purple, we have to go hard for her. You're playing her at a distance? Yeah? And she, like, at this medium range, it's easier for her to track you, right? She has to move her crosshairs, like, a lot less to track you when you're further away, as opposed to if you're, like, right up in her face, so you do a bunch of damage. There's some characters you don't want to barrel stuff, like a Hanzo, right? It kind of makes this look easier because he does so much damage. But for these characters who have to hit like more skill shots, you want to be kind of up here and then maybe blink behind her, get it a turn. You can kind of like time it with their shot pattern. But like, should have gotten that kill. But even then, you go in and look, you've broken up their team, right? These guys are back. The Zarya's too far forward. We're probably not going to be able to push much more into this, although we could be shooting her from like here. But we could kind of blink back and start pressuring the Zarya and just force everyone kind of out. Right idea, bad aim. But even then, like, we're actually in a fight and we generate this distraction. We get the Moira ult out, right? And we set up a shatter for Orion because they're like spending some time looking over at this side. Fine. I like that you go around here. I don't know what this Junkrat said, but you really hate him. We hear them coming, right? The thing to do, they already want to walk this way, right? The thing to do would be to like blink over here, probably. Before she sees you, and then you have access to like, you could come back here and get this mini, yeah. Or just blink here, wait till she's walking or you hear her shooting, and then see where they're looking, and then go in. Or just like shoot her if she's gonna chase you. She has low energy. I don't mind coming up here. But like, I'm not sure what you're looking for, and again, we're not doing anything, yeah. If we, oh god. If we go back here, like the Sojourn hit this, like ate this Junkrat spam, and you could have just jumped on her. You had blinks, you have recall. Yeah. If we're coming up here, we don't want people up here. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind like an aggressive blink to try and get her. They don't really have that much range damage. You could even, this Moira's like third health, quarter health. We'd even triple blink and try to kill her and then recall. Right? We're just kind of like letting things happen. And then we're confused why we're not winning. Transcendence is up, like we can go on something. We don't want to fight the Junkrat at close range. We could have dropped down and fought the Trans. Because it can be an idiot when there's Transcendence, yeah. Again, we peppered this guy out. Why aren't we trying to kill him? But yeah, I hope this clear. Like, I think the main thing is like when you're actually going in, you're winning the fights. And when you're like trying to do these long setups and like just like way away from the fights, you don't do all that much. We're going to the spawn camp. It's not going to happen, but we see the ball. If you want to take this fight, you have another blink. You have recall at this point. We could have been like anticipating here when he got the bubble, blink to here for cover, and gone for the one clip and then a recall. In general, like I'd say the biggest thing in your game is you don't use recall and you don't play like short enough flanks. Also, just in general, like just try to use up your whole clip and then blink. It's like times out, so you full clip and while you're reloading, you blink. Probably could have recalled there. You probably should have been one shot there. Yeah, you just don't use recall really. I think you used it like 2 maybe. There it is. 2 maybe 3 times. You had your pulse bomb. You never used it there. You used 1 pulse bomb. So we're just like not using the full kit of Tracer. We're not at a range where we do like a lot of damage, and we're just kind of like waiting for shit to happen. And then your team's just in this like 4v5. This is like, this attack is like the same shit for like 4 minutes. It highlights a lot of things. Like nobody knows how to push these kind of points. New Bonnie First is a lot like this. Like in gold, people just don't know how to break this sometimes. Nice timing. And the thing is, like, sometimes you're in a good spot too, where you could get a kill. Your tracking, like, is not that good. You can blink and melee someone. I haven't seen you melee anything. But you can blink and melee to finish. There were a bunch of times when you had a blink, and you had recall, and you could blink melee recall to finish them off, even if you run out of ammo. This is kind of the right idea. Your 2 options for pushing this. Like, what needs to happen on a close hold like this with like a sim is if everyone tries to come the same way, it's really, really, really hard. Okay. And on Tracer, we want the open space, right? So this is a fine way to go. But what we need to do is give this team a reason to turn around and fall back and help our team walk through. So like, maybe let's play it for a sec so that we get this set up so that, all right. So like, basically you spend like a minute trying to kill this Pharah and this Pharah can't kill you, and it's like pretty funny. But if you had just like seen the setup, okay, they're close holding, I need to help break this. You can like blink around this corner, beeline to point, maybe wait for a blink to come back or something, and touch. Maybe even here so you can drop back. There's a lot of different options for where to go from there. But just stand on point. You might even be able to like cap a tick or 2. Most often, some people will not see this being capped and stay forward, and some people will turn around and run back, and then your team can usually kill some of the people who run forward. But yeah, from there we could back off into this area. Is really good for the short flanks, like I was talking about. We go down and then come up around here and kind of wait, because teams will like come back and then set up on here and try to hold this. right? We need to do anything to get past this hold. The other way to go is kind of like, it's a little harder. So it just depends on what people are doing at different times. But we can also sort of blink this way and get up here, expecting someone to chase us, and we can either come up this way, or better, pardon me again. Yeah, something in my throat. We can come down, we can come around here, come down these stairs. And if we have full health, we can just go touch point from here. And then come back, and catch people coming this way. We can get this mega if people have damaged us. We can come around this way and go here. And you'll notice, like, on defense, a lot of the time supports will be playing, like, here after this first choke is broken, which, like, never happens in this game. But, like, we can kind of watch this in fast motion, like, 30 seconds, we've just been not really killing this Pharah. Right? I would be looking to just, like, I would have been looking to go through into here like 20 seconds ago, probably. If the Pharah wants to be in here, this is a shit spot for her to play. She's not spamming the rest of her team, and it's fine. We have, like, finally pulled a Symmetra over, so we're good. That's her value. I don't mind going up, but I probably would have tried to get around through, or to gone here and then gone for the right way. Yeah? Or even just kind of blinking through them and being here. Here, right? And blinking back towards point or over here to the mega, like when we're pressured. That would work too. You just need more than one angle. Like here, we had full blinks, we had recall, and we're here. Just get into the empty space where they really have to chase you, and they're really in a bad spot. And now the Pharah is just zoning you, and she's getting more value than you are, right? We need to maybe go a different way. Or go past them. I'm just playing this in fast motion because it's literally like the same thing for like 4 minutes. I don't mind that, but look at your team first. Like, you got forced out so quickly because you're the only dude to shoot, right? This is not bad. But when they go back to their team like that, look for another way. And again, like, half of your team is like in spawn or behind you. We never really want to be fighting into their full team. We could be looking to catch a big pulse. One thing, when people crowd into a place like this, and we get through, like, to here, try and catch a pulse, like when they're going through the door, sort of. You can get, that's how you get like 2-3 man pulse spawns. But we're just kind of medium distance, right? We haven't really fought. Like, I don't know why you're shaking your head here. You're doing absolutely nothing. We haven't really fought anyone. We haven't created space. And honestly, on Tracer, that's a big part of your job. It's like catch people in isolation and kill them. And then in this kind of situation where you're like the most mobile member in your team, you actually have to make space. And you do that by getting people to chase you, or pressuring objective, just in general being annoying and having like uptime. And here we go, we're going for Old Faithful here. You should at least be going for a pulse or something. Right? like in this team and on this comp, you have the mobility to go around in a way that your team can't, and we just don't use that. We don't get. Oh my god, the frame rate. We don't get into any of this space here, and it's been empty for like most of the game, right? So, in general, just like too passive, you need to learn to use recall, and you need to be at like shorter distances on the flanks or behind them where you'll actually like do damage in a meaningful way. Your team played 5v4, 4v5 for like most of this game because you're just so passive, and like maybe the advice you're trying to follow is like not to die, but that only works if you're actually getting like other value. Like I can sit and spawn all game, right? And like melee barrels and I'll never die, but it's absolutely not helping my team win, right? So I hope this like highlights some stuff. And yeah, I want to see you like go for things. I think sometimes you're like in the right spot, but you need to have like a clock in your head of like, I need to pressure something. I need to get some sort of value. When is my team going to take a fight? Where do I need to be when they're going to fight? And who is good for me to shoot? But right now, honestly, just shooting anyone would be like a big improvement over what I saw in this game, at least. So yeah, hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have questions, and thanks for putting up a replay. You know, it's like I think it can be kind of scary. And I'm not trying to sound like super negative or anything. I think you have like a sense for kind of the right angles to be in, and the pathing isn't bad. It's just that you're really passive and you're not thinking about like where's the cart, where's my team, where's their team, when are they about to like clash. And like if I'm on a Sigma, I need to stop them like from going forward. There's little cues like when the tank walks forward, like I paused earlier. You know, we wait a sec, we see the other people coming up, and that's when we go on someone, because that's when the tank's gonna want healing and stuff, right? Or other people are gonna be like low, and the other team's gonna like try to kill them and stuff, and that's what you're trying to stop. You're trying to like gum up the works, okay? So yeah, let me know if you have questions. Hope this helped, and thanks.